Welcome to the Brothers and Sisters podcast. This is what's coming up next, so stay tuned.
Yeah, we have no proof of it, but with the slew of lady professors and whoever else getting financial gain off of perceived Afro Puerto Rican or Black or whatever, that would be it is fraud.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of the Brothers and Sisters podcast, coming from Baltimore, Wilmington, and CC. Where are you? You in New York?
Washington, D.C.
DC. Coming from DC this week. We've got a fantastic show. We're covering Shaun King completely disappearing from social media. Why? We've got a slavery-themed wedding shoot. An interracial couple who decided to go with a slave master wedding shoot, which elicited a lot of reaction. I see Walter shaking his head. Megyn Kelly on Negro Patrol this week, targeting Naomi Osaka and Nicole Hannah-Jones. And there was one more also that escapes you off the top. Oh, y'all man Kevin Samuels, there's an organized movement to get him banned. They actually say in the letter, we want him, we respect the First Amendment, but we want him banned from YouTube and Instagram just because he's doing what he's doing. And then, of course, we'll have a half-hour interview with tonight's special guest, big-time power lobbyist Cecilia Thomas. Say hello. Do you want to tell people a little bit about yourself before we get to the big enchilada at the end of the show?
Sure. As Kwasi just said, my name is Cecilia Thomas, and I don't know about big time lawyer or lobbyist, but I am a lobbyist. I spent a good part of my career. Well, let's go back. I went to Fordham Law, graduated in 2008. Made my way, after a brief stint at a law firm, made my way to Capitol Hill, where I worked for the late great Mr. Cummings. Sorry, still get a little choked up when I say that. So sorry about that. Congressman Elijah Cummings, that was a mentor to me. And then I moved on, worked for the Obama administration briefly, and worked for Planned Parenthood for a little bit. Now I'm working at Trust for America's Health, doing public health work at an interesting time. So,
as you can see, we're very lucky to have her on the show. You got a lot of Baltimoreans here, so when you say Elijah Cummings, you'll be greeted warmly.
So sorry about that. It took me a second. Saying that is like,
it's quite all right. You're in a safe place here.
Thank you.
So y'all man Shaun King just dropped off of the internet. He had a conversation with Tamir Rice's mom, who then asked him why he would publicize the fact that he had a conversation with her. And then she went on to be like, the conversation was wholly toxic. She doesn't know how he can live with himself, sleep at night. And then after that, he deactivated his Facebook and Twitter. He still had his Instagram for his wife's birthday, where he asked people to cash app him for his wife. And then he shut that down also. And for background, for those who don't know, I'm sure many of you do, Shaun King is activist. I want to put activist in quotes, but I guess he's done some legitimate work. So I won't completely devalue what he's done. Obviously, there were some allegations, though, that his activism led to monetary rewards, which he pocketed himself, leading to hilarious nicknames like Talcum X, W.E.B. Defraud, like all sorts of things that we laughed at, but I mean, they're real people here. So
I wonder, though, he certainly has the receipts for everything.
He does.
He posted the receipts for everything. I'm not going to say he's a fraud, because everything he's posted, every dime he got, he said this is where it went, and didn't, at least according to what he's shown, he ain't kept it.
That's what he says. I think I guess the counter to that would be a lot of the money that he raised was without the permission of like the causes of the people that he was raising it for. So,
check.
what'd you say?
But they got the check, right?
Well, I mean, I think they would say that they didn't get what was promised, or I guess overarching, it's like, I didn't even know you were doing this. And so he would say, like, what you're going to say is like, you weren't promised anything. I did this for you. Here's your share. But when you're talking about our dead Black people, it's tough to be like, hey, mom, like, I know you didn't ask for this, or I didn't even have your permission, but I did this fundraiser for Tamir Rice and raised 125 grand.
Like,
So,
here's your cut of the tragic death.
Bingo, Sean. Bingo. Yeah.
The tragedy that happened for your family, but I'm giving you a cut. So
Yeah, I think that's
people doesn't mean it's right.
Gave her $100,000. I don't understand.
I mean, again, like I said, I think it's about his kind of sort of use of images, use of stories to, more or less fund what it is that he wants to do, whether it's with the permission of the family or not.
Yeah.
So let's say
we're talking about dead kids too.
Right.
So
is
that any different than the pastor of the church passing the plate for the kid? Because the pastor never asked the family, do y'all okay if I raise money to help pay for your kid's funeral? Pastor never asked. They just do it and say, here's our gift of love.
The pastor's not trying to get famous.
He's not trying to get famous. He's using his microphone, which is what, 20 million followers.
And then I also think it's in your analogy, like you would be a member of that church, right? That the pastor was using to use the collection plate. Whereas I don't think Tamir Rice or Ahmaud Arbery's family were like in the church of Sean King. He was just like, hey, like I hop on this story. And like you say, Walter, his appeal is that he had a bunch of social media following, which is fascinating that he would shut down. Right?
Yep. And so to me, it's like, okay, fine. Y'all don't want me in this space to help people? Fuck y'all. I'm not gonna help you.
There's that. Also, he did the North Star, which is funny, which is actually a KTB type idea. We had different contributors writing and podcasting, right. And that didn't work out. And I could tell, I could have told him that the burn rate is so high. Like you can produce, you can crank out a bunch of content, but you got to pay people. And if you don't get the advertising revenue, like it's going to shut down. Right. Like you aren't going to be able to sustain what it is that you have. You got to slow it down. Of course, his investors weren't like his friends and family, right? like my investors are okay receiving checks for like, $100 a month or $200 a month. Like I'm sure he enlisted big people who were like, yeah, like you said this and like this is what's happening. So that shut down also. He does inspire a lot. He's a lightning rod for controversy. There were questions about his race. Like no one knows who his dad is. He says his dad is Black. His mom told him that his dad was Black. People were like, this is a white dude, like pretending to be Black.
Well, why does it matter?
Well, that's what? Why does what matter? The representation?
His mother told him that his father's Black.
Mm-hmm.
If he doesn't know his father, why does it matter?
It would only matter if he's actually lying.
Yeah. How would you know?
But we don't know that. So,
yeah, we have no proof of it. But with the slew of lady professors and whoever else getting financial gain off of perceived Afro Puerto Rican or Black or whatever, that would be it is fraud. If he was lying, we have no proof of that. If he doesn't know his dad, then okay, I don't really go on him on that, because unless it comes out that he knew for a fact that daddy was white and he went along with this, then whatever. I that's not the biggest issue I have with Sean King. So
I just can't see it. I can't take issue with the man, in my opinion, and as far as I can estimate, who's devoted a significant part of his working life to help raise money for worthy causes. Do I like him? I don't know. Never met him. I just see his body of work, and he's raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for people. Period. Full stop.
It's just
So, go ahead.
we're just borderlining. Like some of us are skeptical, and Walter feel giving them the benefit of the doubt. That's pretty much it.
I've never had any issues with him, but when it comes to the families, like those are personal things. So,
Not raise the money.
well, it's just, I don't know what it's like to be a mom, and I don't know what it's like to lose a child. So I don't know how I would feel about anything related to that. Like, would I be angry that a person didn't ask me for my permission to use my child's name in the name of fundraising? I don't know. Maybe I'd be like, he's doing a good thing and he's helping us. Maybe I'd be offended because why are you doing things that are related to my family without permission? I don't know. It could go either way. So I can understand how a family could be upset, and I could understand how a family would be grateful. But that's not my call to make whether it's appropriate or not, because I'm not in it. But as far as what else he's done, I mean, if he's shown all the proof that the finances are legit, then, I guess they're legit.
I think it's one of those things where kind of sort of what you touched on, Autumn, like he's doing these things just by himself. Like he's not consulting with the family. He's not consulting with advisors. He's not consulting with anything. And then, like Cece was saying, he's had legitimate Black professionals, legitimate Black women are like, yeah, this guy, is something wrong with this guy. And then I also think I'm Goldie Taylor from the top, who like literally broke it down. And then Walter's getting the benefit of the doubt, and maybe he does deserve it, but it's not like he's like, Alvin altruistic. He got he had a column with the Daily News. He got a column. I mean, he got funding for the North Star, whatever, which for people who don't know was the name of the Frederick Douglass publication, like post-slavery, which a lot of people took offense to also because of some of the questions of his heritage. Now, I think a lot of that may have started from the right. It was definitely boosted on the right. But people legitimately were like, yeah, I've gone through, the guy who he said was his dad, like, it can't be found. Like he said, his mom gave him this name. Like his mom was, I don't know if it was ashamed or whatever. But I don't know if this is a Rachel Dolezal situation, but I think that all feeds into it. And then of course he's antagonistic on social media, right? Particularly going after black women, like a lot of Black female activists who question his motives. So I think that's where the crux of it is. The question is, and Walter pointed out, somebody with all those social media followers who does this, like, why would he stop?
I'm sure a lot of those followers are hate follows. They're not people who love him and respect what he does. A lot of people follow someone specifically to troll them and look for whatever they're doing wrong so they can all jump on the person. That could be it. I mean, I don't know what it's like to be popular on social media, so I don't know what it would be like to have a bunch of people hating me all the time. Like, would I just be like, whatever, it is what it is, that comes along with the territory? Or would it be, okay, I can't deal with this anymore, shutting it all down? I don't think he'll be gone permanently. I feel like he'll be back. Everybody comes back
once the heat dies down. So
that's what was being said, at least on Black Twitter, Sean. People were like, this man is obviously in trouble. Like, he's scrubbing social media accounts. There's a suit coming down. Autumn, I think your mic is muted.
Yeah, I was muted for a second. My apologies.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, but so I don't know. I guess that's where it is. Hate follows. We'll see what happens, but I thought it was very interesting that he died down, that he deleted his social media, and maybe he'll be back, maybe he won't.
Was it something more intense than anything that's happened in the past? Because he's gotten a lot of this before. Was this most recent interaction with Tamir Rice's mom like so bad in comparison to other things that he decided to shut it down?
Yeah, looking at it, I didn't see it that way, right? It was more like just another Black family who was like, oh, this guy Sean King, without our permission, is fundraising off of, our dead Black relative.
Right. Okay.
And that was it. I don't know. Maybe there's more to come. We'll see.